Hello everyone. Are you there?
Okay, na.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ho-
ma'am.
Hope you all would be fine. Yesterday
Yes,
we
ma'am.
yesterday we have covered the carbohydrates, one of the major organic macromolecules, their structure, their empirical formulae, their basic building blocks termed as monosaccharides. Furthermore, their classification, monosaccharides, disaccharides, and oligosaccharides. Monosaccharides, further classification, sub-classification of monosaccharides, disaccharides, and oligosaccharides along their functions. Today, our learning objectives are regarding polysaccharides. As their term indicates, poly means many, saccharides means sugar. Now, learning objectives of today's are: what are polysaccharides? What are their properties? How they are classified? Now, poly, as their term indicates, poly means many. They contain more than 100 monosaccharides units. More than 100 monosaccharide units joined together by glycosidic linkage to form a polymer or polysaccharide. As compared to previous monosaccharides, disaccharides, and oligosaccharides, these are complex molecules. They are complex molecules and they are polymers of monosaccharides. They form by glycosidic linkage along with dehydration synthesis, means a water molecule is released by means of dehydration synthesis. They have more than 100 subunits of monosaccharides, so they are very high molecular weight. Now, as compared to previous classes of monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, as compared to them, polysaccharides, they are made up of branched and unbranched linear chains of molecules. They are commonly called as a polysaccharide is a large molecule made up of many smaller monosaccharides. Monosaccharides are simple sugars like glucose. Now, special enzymes bind these small monomers together, creating large sugar polymers or polysaccharides. A polysaccharide is also called a glycan. They are termed as a glycan or they are commonly called as non-sugars because they are not sweet in the taste. Despite they are saccharones, they are in group of saccharones, they are sugars, but they are this group of carbohydrates. They are mostly not sweet, so they are termed as a glycan. These are very complex molecules. Their general formula is C6H10O5N, where N is the number of monosaccharide units. Clear? Poly means many. Polysaccharide molecule are large complex molecule made up of more than 100 monosaccharide units joined together by glycosidic linkage by means of dehydration synthesis. It means they release the molecule of a water when they are linked together. They are glycans because they are not sweet in taste like other sugars are. Their empirical or structural formula is C6H10O5N, where N stands for
मैम
monosaccharide units. G.
मैम स्लाइड शो नहीं हो रही, अब हो रही है.
A polysaccharide can be classified as a homopolysaccharide or a heteropolysaccharide. Homo means same monosaccharide units joined together to form a homopolysaccharide in which all the monosaccharides are the same. Whereas a heteropolysaccharide, where more than one monosaccharide units are used, means there can be glucose, there can be galactose, there can be fructose. Heteropolysaccharides are joined together in which the monosaccharides vary. Homopolysaccharides as compared to heteropolysaccharide are simple in structure. Heteropolysaccharides are very complex molecules. Depending on which monosaccharides are connected and which carbons in the monosaccharides connects, polysaccharides takes on a variety of forms. It means a homopolysaccharide like they are given in further slides. Homopolysaccharides includes cellulose, starch. Now a molecule with a straight chain of monosaccharides is called a linear polysaccharide, while a chain that has arms and trunks is known as a branched polysaccharide. Heteropolysaccharides are mostly branched polysaccharides, whereas homopolysaccharide like starch, glycogen, they are linear polysaccharides. Clear? This is a classification of a polysaccharide on the basis of a monosaccharide they contain. They are divided furthermore on the basis of a monosaccharide they contain into homopolysaccharide or heteropolysaccharide. Homo means they contain the same monosaccharide units as we have a glycogen. It is made up of glucose molecules. Heteropolysaccharides as we have chitin, hyaluronic acid and peptidoglycans. They are made up of more than one monosaccharide units. Now, in a structure, a molecule with a straight chain of monosaccharides is called a linear polysaccharide with a straight chain. It's a linear polysaccharide. While a chain that has arms and trunks is known as a branched polysaccharide, which are mostly heteropolysaccharides, like chitin, hyaluronic acid, and peptidoglycan. Structure of a polysaccharide. All polysaccharides are formed by the same basic process. Monosaccharides are connected by way of glycosidic bonds with dehydration synthesis with the removal of water molecules. Once water molecule is removed, they become very compact structures. They will be very tightly bonded with each other because of release of a water molecule. So they are very hard structures. When in a polysaccharide, individual monosaccharides are termed as residues. In a polysaccharide, like in a glycogen, glucose molecules are termed as residues. Types of polysaccharides. Polysaccharides can be broadly classified into two classes: homopolysaccharides, heteropolysaccharides. Homo means same monosaccharide units on the basis of monosaccharide units. Those polysaccharides which contain same monosaccharide unit like glucose are cellulose, starch, glycogen. Whereas those polysaccharides who contain different monosaccharide units bind together with the glycosidic linkage along with synthetic dehydration synthesis, they are termed as heteropolysaccharides. They are hyaluronic acid and they provide extracellular support for organisms. Polysaccharides can be classified on two bases. One is type of monosaccharide they are using. Another base for classification is the cell function they perform and the structure they provide. Like they are divided into storage polysaccharides and structural polysaccharides. Polysaccharides classification is on two bases. One is type of a monosaccharide used, another is the function they perform. If they are storage polysaccharides, like starch present in plant, they make their structure. And glycogen, they are present in animals, are called storage polysaccharides because they are stored in the liver and muscles to be converted into the energy later for body functions when they are needed. Starch is found in plants, whereas glycogen is found in animals. They are storage form of carbohydrates. One function is this, whereas structural support, structural cover is provided by certain polysaccharides like chitin, which are found in cell walls of plants. Now, important polysaccharides. First of all, homo means same monosaccharide units joined together by glycosidic linkage. They are starch and glycogen. Starch, it is the storage polysaccharide found in plant. First of all, you have to describe it like this. These are storage proteins. Starch, glycogen, both are storage protein. They are stored in our body, they are stored in plants in the form of starch. Later on, they are required when they need it. It is the storage polysaccharide found in plant cells and exists in two forms. Starch has two forms, amylose and amylopectin. The difference between amylose and amylopectin is that amylose is the helical form of starch comprised only of alpha 1,4 linkages. Means one monosaccharide unit, its carbon number 1 with adjacent monosaccharide at the carbon number 4 is joined together by a glycosidic linkage termed as alpha 1,4 linkage. Whereas this is the amylose, whereas amylopectin, that has a structure similar to that of glycogen, except that the branching pattern, uh, it means the amylopectin and glycogen has the same linkage, that is alpha 1,6 linkages, are present only about 1 in 30 monomers, whereas in glycogen, alpha 1,6 linkage is present only about 1 in 10 monomers. Means this linkage is present 1 in 30 monomers, whereas in glycogen same linkage is present 1 in 10 monomers. Means it's glycogen is a very branched structure, so frequently linkages comes. Polysaccharides are classified on the basis of their functions they perform. On the basis of storage, they are starch and glycogen. Starch, polysaccharide, which is found in plant cells, exists.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम
जी,
मैम आपने कहा कि ग्लाइकोजन जो है वो होमो में है, तो होमो तो आपने कहा मोस्टली लीनियर होते हैं, तो यहाँ तो ब्रांच लिखा हुआ है ग्लाइकोजन.
they are almost linear, but in case of glycogen is the only example which is not linear. It includes linear branches हैं लेकिन less हैं as compared to the heteropolysaccharides. Less, it's a less branched molecule. Now, the difference between, first of all, starch contains amylose as well as amylopectin. Mostly the question is asked regarding the difference between amylose and amylopectin. Amylose contain alpha 1,4 linkages, whereas amylopectin is similar to glycogen. That the branched alpha 1,6 linkages are there. The difference is that it is less branched, whereas glycogen contains the same linkage at about 10 monomers. Clear? Glycogen. This polysaccharide is the polysaccharide found in animals to store energy and is composed of alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds with branched alpha 1,6 bonds. Its alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds are linear chain. It has the branch 8 alpha 1,6 bonds present at about every 10th monomer. Its alpha 1,6 is a branching pattern. It is mainly produced by the liver and muscles. Liver glycogen is used to maintain our blood glucose level, but it can also be made during a process called glycogenesis. Glycogen This polysaccharide is the polysaccharide found in animals to store energy and is composed of alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds with branched alpha 1,6 bonds. These branching pattern is present at about every 10th monomer. It is mainly produced by liver and muscles, but it can also be synthesized by the process of glycogenesis.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम,
जी
मैम आपने कहा कि अल्फा वो जो है उसमें मतलब इसकी जो लीनियर चेन होगी उसमें 9 जो मोनोमर्स होंगे वो आपस में अल्फा 1,4 से लीनियर में होंगे, इसका ये
यस
मतलब है। और ब्रांच जो होगी वो 10th मोनोमर पे आके होगी, अल्फा 1,6 जो होगी,
यस
सही। तो मैम इसी तरह से फिर अमाइलोपेक्टिन में भी यही है कि जो 30th उसका जो आ रहा है मोनोमर, मतलब बाकी सारी स्ट्रेट होगी और पर जो वो 30th मोनोमर आएगा ब्रांच अल्फा 1,6 पर आएगा,
सही
ये
इस
नहीं?
तरह हाँ इसी तरह है यस
अच्छा, थैंक यू।
Now the cellulose. Cellulose is a structural polysaccharide that is found in the cell wall of plants, and when consumed it acts as a dietary fiber. Dietary fibers are those polysaccharides which are undigestible. We don't have an enzyme for their digestion. They are undigestible. The use of them is that they give time to our large intestine for making a bulk to our stool, as dietary fiber cannot be digested or absorbed by our small intestine. They prevent the constipation. They provide time for digestion, aid on absorption by giving time to our stool. Cellulose is said to be the most abundant organic molecule on earth. Wood, paper, and cotton are common forms of cellulose. Cellulose is a structural polysaccharide that is found in the cell wall of plants, and when consumed, it acts as a dietary fibers. If we are consuming cellulose, we don't have an enzyme for digestion of cellulose. The polysaccharides, which are termed as a dietary fibers, cellulose falls in that category. Dietary fibers gives time to our digestive system for digestion absorption, whereas they are not absorbed or digested. They provide a bulk to the stool matter, and they are not digested or absorbed by our body. So they are termed as dietary fibers. Cellulose is said to be the most abundant organic molecule on earth. Wood, paper, and cotton are common forms of cellulose. They provide very structural support to plants as well. Clear? Dietary fibers are those polysaccharides which are not absorbed, digested by our body because we don't have enzyme for them, but their function is they provide bulk to the stool matter. And that is unabsorbed portion of the polysaccharides. What we are having in our diet in the form of carbohydrates, they includes simple sugars, refined sugars, dietary fibers. So in dietary fibers, cellulose falls because and it can be described that don't provide any energy. It cannot be broken in our body because we don't have any enzyme for their digestion absorption. They prevent our constipation. They provide bulk to the stool matter, and they give, because of their indigestion, they provide a large of time to our digestive system to take rest, and it can be excreted as it is taken. So it prevents the constipation and provides bulk to the stool matter. It is its function. Now heteropolysaccharides. Hetero means many, polysaccharides means many different monosaccharide units are joined together by glycosidic linkage to form heteropolysaccharides. These are very complex structure, and glycosidic linkage is formed by dehydration synthesis. Once a water molecule is released, They become very compact and they bound together very tightly. These are very complex molecule, but as they are very compact with each other, they occupy very less space, but they are highly branched. Once they are open, their branches, their structure is very complex. But due to dehydration synthesis or they released water molecule, they become compact with each other, so they occupy less space. Otherwise, they are very larger molecules. These are found in different structural and functional roles in human body. Hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, dermatin sulfate, keratin sulfate, and heparin. Heteropolysaccharides includes hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, dermatin sulfate, keratin sulfate, and heparin. Hyaluronic acid acts as a lubricant in the synovial fluids of joint. It is present in our synovial fluid of joints where it provides the lubrication to our joints so we can easily walk, move. Due to its deficiency, our joints feels very resistant while we are walking, while we are moving. All functions done by our body, by our skeletal muscles are due to synovial fluids present in them, which function as a lubricant. That lubricant is produced or provided by hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a heteropolysaccharide.
मैम हर जॉइंट में साइनोवियल फ्लूइड होता है या
जी।
मतलब जो भी बॉल एंड सॉकेट जॉइंट के एग्जांपल्स हैं उनमें ही होता है?
No, almost synovial fluid is present in each and every joint because it provides a lubrication over there. Almost it is present in large joints like knee joint, large joints. Now chondroitin sulfate. Chondroitin sulfate, their structure is very complex. It contributes to tensile strength and elasticity of cartilages. As word chondroitin itself described, it is present in cartilages, tendons, ligaments, and wall of aorta. Chondroitin word itself describes that it contributes to cartilages, tendons, ligaments, and wall of aorta. It contributes to tensile strength over there. It provides a strong strength or tensile. Tensile strength means a cartilage cannot work. It's not as harder as bone. Cartilage has some flexibility. That flexibility is provided by chondroitin sulfate. But where there are cartilages, where there are tendons, where there are ligaments, where there are wall of aorta. Dermatin, as name indicates, is present in skin and also in vessels, heart, lungs. It may be related to coagulation and vascular diseases. Dermatin sulfate, it is found mainly in the skin and also in vessels, heart, lungs. It may be related to coagulation and vascular diseases and other conditions. Dermatin sulfate has a protective cover in the skin, vessels, heart, lungs, where it prevents coagulation and vascular diseases and other pathologies. Keratin sulfate present in cornea, cartilage, bone, and variety of other structures as nail. Keratin sulfate is very harder, so it is present in nail and hair as compared to dermatin sulfate. So it is present in harder structures. Heparin is present as an anticoagulant in the blood. It prevents blood coagulation. DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation, is a disease in which whole body develops coagulation, where anticoagulants are lost, like heparin, where heparin is given to prevent the coagulation.
मैम एक बार फिर से डिजीज रिपीट कर दें.
Okay. Heparin is present as an anticoagulant in the blood. DIC is disseminated, means throughout the body. Intravascular coagulation is a disease where whole body develops coagulation. It's an abnormality where we are giving heparin to that patient to prevent that coagulation. It is an anticoagulant, means it prevents blood from coagulation. Now, I'm repeating or giving you the key points of our lecture. I am providing you the key points now. Polysaccharides. Poly means many, saccharides means monosaccharide units. Many monosaccharide units join together by glycosidic linkage along with dehydration synthesis and yield polymer termed as a polysaccharide. Polysaccharides are also termed as aglycan. Why they are termed as aglycan? Because they are not sweet. They are saccharones, they are sugars, but they are aglycans. They are not sweet. Okay. Now empirical formula followed by them is C6H10O5N, where N are the monosaccharide units. Furthermore, they contain more than 100 subunits. They are very high molecular weight structures. Now they are made of branched and unbranched linear chains of molecules. A polysaccharide can be a homopolysaccharide. It's classified on the basis on two bases. Once a monosaccharide they contain, you have to classify a polysaccharide on two bases. One is that a monosaccharide unit they contain. Second is the structure or support they provide, the function and the structural support they provide. Okay, broadly you have to classify a polysaccharide. On the basis of monosaccharide they contain, they are termed as homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharide. Homopolysaccharide contains starch, glycogen, cellulose, whereas heteropolysaccharide contains chitin, hyaluronic acid, and peptidoglycans. The difference between homo and heteropolysaccharides are that homo are made up of single type of monosaccharide units, whereas hetero are made up of more than one type of monosaccharide units. Mono have simple structures, whereas hetero have complex structures. Monosaccharides have starch, glycogen, cellulose. Heteropolysaccharides have chitin, hyaluronic acid, and peptidoglycans. Furthermore, the classification on the basis of biological role in living organism. If they are storage polysaccharides, they are starch, glycogen, and inulin. If they are structural polysaccharide, then they are chitin and cellulose. Individual monosaccharide within a polysaccharide chain are termed as residues. A molecule with a straight chain of monosaccharide is called a linear polysaccharide, while a chain that has arms and trunks is known as a branched polysaccharide. Glycogen is a branched polysaccharide. Functions of in nature, some polysaccharides are used for storing energy, other are used for sending cellular messages, and others for providing cells support to cells and structures. Mostly heteropolysaccharides are providing support and support to various structures. Individual monosaccharide within a polysaccharide is termed as residues. They are linked together by glycosidic linkage by means of which condensation, synthetic dehydration, synthesis. So once a water molecule is released, they are very compactly arranged or attached with each other. Okay, types of polysaccharide: homopolysaccharide, hetero. Homo includes cellulose, starch, glycogen. Starch has two portions: amylose, amylopectin. That amylopectin has similarity in structure with glycogen. Difference is that starch has alpha 1,4 linkage at about 30 monosaccharide units, whereas glycogen is branched, so it has alpha 1,4 linkage at every 10th monomer or monosaccharide. Storage is provided by starch, glycogen. Structural support is provided by chitin. Hyaluronic acids, dermatan sulfate, keratin sulfate, peptidoglycans.
मैम
जी
मैम आपने कहा कि जो अमाइलोपेक्टिन है उसमें 1,6 जो लिंकेज है
जी
और ग्लाइकोजन में तो दोनों लिंकेजेस है 1,4 भी है 1,6 भी है तो 1,4 तो अमाइलोस की है
जी
तो डायरेक्ट रिजेम्बलेंस तो नहीं है ना अमाइलोपेक्टिन के साथ क्योंकि उसमें तो एक ही है 1,6 और
some
उसमें दो
resemblance at some extent resemblance है, not all.
ठीक है
At some extent.
मैम
जी
मैम काइटिन जो जेको एग्जांपल आहे न वो
अच्छा।
होमोपोलीसेक्राइड्स में लिखियल आहे तव्हां ॿुधायो न हेटेरोपोलीसेक्राइड्स में हूंदो आहे
न काइटिन हेट्रो में ईंदो।
ओके मैम
Further questions?
नो मैम
मैम मां कल्ह चयो हुयो न त तव्हांखे
हाँ।
BCQ ऐं SCQ वग़ैरह
ACQs
तव्हांखे
ॾींदमि।
प्रोवाइड थी वेंदा।
सुभाणे सुभाणे नोमनक्लेचर थी वेंदो। हाँ, नोमनक्लेचर थी वेंदो कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स जो। उन खां पोइ पूरे जेको पूरो चैप्टर थींदो उन जा मां तव्हांखे ACQs ऐं BCQs इन में सॉल्व कराईंदमि। चैप्टर कंप्लीट कराए
मैम पोइ उहे WhatsApp ते तव्हां सेंड कंदो या हिते ई तव्हां असांखे प्रोवाइड कंदो?
न हिते ई मां पंहिंजे लेक्चर में बाक़ाइदे तव्हांखे डिस्कस कंदमि त कीअं तव्हांखे लिखणो आहे, छा तव्हांखां पुछो वेंदो, कीअं तव्हांखे हुन जो जवाबु ॾियणो आहे। BCQs
मैम
as well as ACQs। जी
मैम पोयां कुछ टर्म्स लिखियल आहिनि एपीमर्स एनांटियोमर्स मैम
इहो नोमनक्लेचर सुभाणे इहो सॼे कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स जो राइट फ्रॉम स्टार्ट टिल पॉलीसेक्राइड्स ताईं सॼो नोमनक्लेचर सुभाणे हमारी क्लास में डिस्कस
ओके
थींदो।
तुम्हें प्लीज
मैम
सिंधी
असांखे
समझ
सॼो
में
कुझु
नहीं आती
यादि करणो पवंदो छा?
एनोमर्स, एपीमर्स, एनेंशियोमर्स, ये टे टर्म्स आहिनि, टे चार। घणियूं स्ट्रक्चर्स बेसिक असांजो न आहे कमु, डॉक्टर्स जो न आहे। इहे जेके अलॻि हूंदा आहिनि, जेके डॉक्टर्स न हूंदा आहिनि, उहे जेके बायोकेमिस्ट्री पढ़ंदा आहिनि उहे स्ट्रक्चर्स सां डील कंदा आहिनि। असांखे सिर्फ़ु डेफिनेशन अचणु घुरिजे त एपीमर आहे त उन छा फंक्शन आहे, छो असांखे पढ़ायो वियो आहे। एनेंशियोमर जो छा फंक्शन आहे।
मैम उर्दू में बोले मैम, सिंधी समझ नहीं आ रही।
I am saying that only enantiomers, anomers, 3-4 terminologies you should know, not the structure of the carbohydrates, because structures are dealt by the persons who are studying biochemistry, but they are not from the medical field. So you are not related to memorize the structures, but 3-4 terminologies you should know. Tomorrow, all the nomenclature of carbohydrates will be dealt in detail. After that, in next classes, you will be provided with the BCQs and ACQs, that how you will have to solve, how you will have to answer it during vivas, and how you will do the BCQs in detail.
मैम I have a question regarding yesterday's lecture। मैम आपने बताया था कि गैंग्लियन जो है वो गैलेक्टोज के बने होते हैं।
Yes.
Okay. Thank
And next,
मैम मुझे पूछना था कि अमाइलोपेक्टिन भी हम ब्रांच ग्लाइकोजन जैसे,
amylopectin.
क्योंकि उनका स्ट्रक्चर तकरीबन सेम ही होता है। हम
Repeat,
branches
repeat.
कह सकते हैं उनको,
किनको?
branches कह सकते हैं।
हाँ, yes. Amylopectin is a
मैम
branch
मैं कह रही
structure.
थी कि हम अमाइलोपेक्टिन, थैंक यू मैम।
Amylopectin is a branch tree structure, whereas amylose is straight.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
Okay, class is over here. Tomorrow we will study the nomenclature of carbohydrates.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
कल वाला लेक्चर
अपलोड हो गया नेट पर?
अभी तक नहीं किया इन्होंने अपलोड।
हम कंफर्म करके आपको बताते हैं। ओके